I was probably the youngest doctor of that salute at that time. Though I had car, I used to travel by bus or a scooter. Total mismanagement, financial misappropriation. It was the place where I had the best surgical practice. They were teasing me like anything, making me work hard. Then there was no salary. That's another thing. Only accommodation and food. We had no food. My children had no milk or anything. Coming to my professional life, at that time, when we passed our MBBS, immediately we will be posted to health service or medical service because there is a bond that will serve the government for a minimum 5 years. And immediately I got the posting from medical college as well as from health service. But my family members, especially my uncle, he was very particular that he should start a hospital in our own native place and serve the people of the native place. And thus I was forced to start a hospital there. That was in 1969. Actually, the hospital was running very well. And I was probably the youngest doctor of that salute at that time. And no qualified doctors, especially registered medical practice, RMBs, LMBs were all practicing. And there was one government hospital, no private hospitals at the time. So the people used to come to me and there was a very good establishment. But within 1 year, I got selection for MS in Trivandrum Medical College. My relatives were not interested in leaving that place and joining a postgraduate course because I was having very good practice at that time, getting a lot of money and prestige. And it was more than sufficient because at the time the doctor was respected, they're considered as gods. But myself decided that I should join the course. And I had to engage some other doctor and leave for my postgraduate studies in Trivandrum. Now for 3 years, I used to come to that hospital only on Sundays to pay the salary for the staff. That was absolutely essential and for me to thrive during that period. Of course, I had the scholarship. Government of India scholarship will come only at the end of the year. So just 250 rupees I cannot live with my family. Myself, my wife and a child. Not in the postgraduate hostel. I taken a house. The rent itself was 125 rupees at the time. So it was a very financially very tight period at the time. Though I had car, I used to travel by bus or a scooter. I bought a scooter at the time. Immediately after my MS, I came back to Haripad, but I was compelled to join NSS Medical Services because the compulsion of the then General Secretary Sri Kalangur Gopalakrishnan. And my father and father-in-law said, see, when they make a request like that, you have to join. Thus I joined NSS service and worked there for hardly 1 year. See, that is a place where there is all the people, senior fellows, retired from government service. They will have that line of management. And others not properly controlled and all sorts of pilferage. There was a lot of stress from everywhere. But somehow or other I could manage well. The whole health service of NSS was running at loss. That's why General Secretary wanted such a person to take charge of all the hospitals. So I continued for about 1 year, but the main thing that there was no surgical case there. I was always concerned with the administration, paperwork, and taking disciplinary action against so many people, finding out financial misappropriations, making them all in a line to have good service. It was almost set well, but the stress was so that I didn't want to continue there because I will be losing my profession. I am a surgeon. I am not supposed to carry on with administrative work. One day, I met the General Secretary and told that it is not possible for me to continue. He was very reluctant to accept my resignation. So I submitted a request that I want to take 1 month leave, and during that time, please hand over charge to the next person. He said, you should not leave, you should be in the campus and supervise things. I said, okay, I will do it. But immediately after reaching the office, I took out all my belongings there and went back to my place in Haripad. But I had to find a good place for work. Fortunately, one of my relatives was a very close friend. He was the Income Tax Assistant Commissioner in Trishur. So I called him and we got an appointment in Jubilee Medical Mission, Trishur. It was the place where I had the best surgical practice, working. Wife and children at Haripad. I was a full bachelor at the time. But the difficulty there was we were 4 surgeons. One Mandeshai, 2 Parsis, and their wives anesthetists. So I was only Malayali there. They were teasing me like anything, making me work hard without any rest. But now I feel that it was that difficult time contributed a lot to achieve my professional skill and about a year. Then there was no salary. That's another thing. Only accommodation and food. My financial status was very bad. So I had to find a good place where I can work. And I happened to inquire at several places and reached back home in Haripur. Then I was searching for several a good hospital where I can have surgical work. Also, educational facility for my children. So searching many hospitals. In some hospitals, they will offer very high salary, but no facility for my children. In some hospitals, they will say, neither of these months moved on. My financial difficulty is advancing, very eager to get a place. And then there was a call from Devamada Hospital, Uttarulam. I went there, had an interview, and they were very happy. They wanted me to join as early as possible because they are short of doctors. Okay, I agreed. Took me to the quarters, the facilities that is available, give good salary and everything there. I had to join on the next Monday. So I came prepared to stay in the quarters with my wife, children, and a servant, and my belongings, everything. By 9 o'clock in the hospital, I inquired for the administrator. Then one sister came and told me that she has gone to Ernakulam. She will be coming by noon. So we were waiting till 4 o'clock. What happened? We had no food. My children had no milk or anything. It was a very difficult time. One sister came and told me that we had sent a telegram yesterday. We did not get it. I said, no, I didn't get anything. Sorry, doctor, we got another surgeon. He has already joined. It was a great blow to me because I'm coming with my family and ready to join the hospital, abruptly saying that too, waiting for a good hospital for quite a long time. So I was very sad and I came back to Haripur, to my house, and again the search went on. Thus one of my friends, one truck controller, self-government service, he was supplying medicine to NSS. He said there is a vacancy in Changanasheri, St. Thomas Hospital. The hospital was managed by the medical sisters. Now they have handed over to the Changanasheri Archdiocese and they are engaging specialties. There is a good hospital, there is a very good doctor, good name also. It's Dr. Model. He is a very good orthopedic surgeon. If you are interested, the director is a very close friend of mine, we can ask. We talked to the director. He said, I was informed one day evening, myself and my co-brother, we met the director here in Changanasheri. He was very happy. He said you should join immediately because that's Easter time. The very next day, that is Monday, you should join. He said, okay. At the same time, I asked him, should I take a few more days because I have to get ready? No, you can join on Monday because patients are waiting. You'll join. At the same time, one work supervisor came to attend the quarters for the doctors. There, the flooring is coming out when the machine is engaged for polishing. We are redoing the whole thing. Then the father was a little confused where to accommodate. He said, okay, we can bring the family as you said after some time, but within 2 weeks we'll finish the whole work and then you can stay there. By the time we'll stay together in this priest home. Thus I started my life in St. Thomas Hospital in the priest home. And 2 weeks later, I brought my family and new quarters. Very good time for me. School also, this Clooney Convent and SH school. Everything was arranged by the father. So we are very happy. Finally, I reached St. Thomas Hospital, Changanasheri. I was appointed on probation for 3 months, just to evaluate the quality of the surgeon. 3 months probationary appointment. So many cases were coming, emergencies. Then I remembered the difficulties in Jubilee Mission, the benefit of it. I could manage all these cases very well, especially very critical cases where they thought that the patient will die. They all went off very well. So the God blessings was always with me. After a few days, the father said, please hand over the probationary appointment. He tore it and said, you are appointed permanently with an increase in pay. And our life in St. Thomas Hospital at the time, it's a very small hospital, hardly 40-bedded hospital, with 4 doctors, with 1 or 2 visiting doctors, no anesthetist, nothing. Our caretaker was Dr. Joseph. He was the first person to join the hospital. So we were working together, very happy, and went on like this for about 2 or 3 years. Every year I had an increment, so I was also happy. I was getting probably the highest pay there at the time. But then Vicar General Father Joseph Karimbal, he and our director Raadhakrishnan were seminary mates and very thick friends. When I was staying in the priest quarters and when they had to move to the quarters, every day we used to spend about 2-3 hours at night in the priest quarters, talking so many things.